everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. So I'm Lady D, your host for the show. Today I want to talk about what's happening with the planets for this week, what's coming up. And we actually have a full moon that's coming up on the 17th, which is going to be on the 17th of my time here in Australia, Sydney, which is going to be at 4:55 a.m. in the morning. And it's going to be in Libra. So there is going to be a square with Pluto with this full moon that's coming up. And I do feel like being in Libra is going to be a big thing about relationships. It's going to be about relationships between other people's, but only with ourselves as well. And with that aspect of Pluto that's going to be coming up, it can be an aspect with this, and also being in Libra, your relationship with yourself. It also can be about control issues, fear. And I feel like it's going to be about not giving in to your fear, not letting it override you. Sometimes we have to face our fears in order to go over it in life. And if we keep on avoiding it, it comes to a point where we're not learning anything and we're not going to evolve. A lot of times when I have fear, or I get nervous or anxious with things, and I face it head on, afterwards it's like I can breathe, and it's like a sign of relief, and it's okay. As long as obviously just get our heights, don't go, and those sort of fears, sometimes it's okay not to face them, but it's still good to face them. I have a fear of heights too, but there's still some things that I do. It's also with the planets the way they are, it's about definitely reach for what you want to do. Try and put in place where you want to go in life and what you're trying to recreate for yourself. And we always say, well, you get a feeling, I feel like, of where where you're going and where life is leading you. Sometimes we just get, an inkling or a feeling, or we ask for a sign, and those are the things that we need to go. If it doesn't open up fully for you, it may not be time. And I feel like also with the planets the way they are at the moment, it's also going to be teaching us patience and trusting in the process. If we can just lead and try and follow and try and make things happen, at least we've tried. And if it's, didn't work out, maybe it's not the right time for you, but doesn't mean to just give up and stop. It definitely is about definitely going ahead and trying to get to where we're going to go, and coming up in the years ahead, and preparing for, what you feel like is coming up. And I guess we get these signs, and I feel like it's good to be prepared. But I am a moon in Capricorn, so with that, it is all about being prepared and being organized and being structured, which what I am. We also have Mars, which is in Pisces. Now, this can come into low motivation with this energy that's coming in, because Mars, it is of action. It is definitely moving forward. It is, it can be frustration, arguments, but being in a Pisces, it's more of like a mellow energy. Pisceans, it's more of a relaxed vibe. It's easygoing. It can be calm and still. It is water. So having a planet of Mars can actually make it feel a bit more unmotivated or low motivation. So it's definitely about trying to push through that when that comes in. Rest when we need to rest, and leisure and take rest is always a good thing. But when there's things that have to be done, especially with all the planets moving forward, it is trying to be push through that, and definitely trying to reach, where you want to go, and being that, making a list down, which always helps me to get things done. And then if you can't get it all done in that day, then that's fine. But again, at least you've tried to make it happen for yourself. And we have Mercury, which is actually coming into Taurus. So, and Taurus is all about, it's about money, it's about being comfortable, it's all earthly plane. So it can affect, houses as well, because that's part of the earth. So it's definitely, we're thinking about maybe our finances, how we can make more money, that next job we want to go for, the pay, how we're going to distribute our pay, and being focused that maybe also making improvements to our home as well, whether we want to sell and move, or whether or not we want to stay where we are and make those renovations to the home. And Mercury is our mind, and that's our communication. Now, it's actually going to be meeting up with Uranus this week on the 18th of the month. And it's So this can bring about unexpected communication, or maybe your mind might wander to thoughts that are unexpected. You might think about people or things that you haven't thought about in a while. Uranus is unexpected, it's unpredictable. So it's definitely about thinking of things from, it can be from the past or future. You may hear from someone that you haven't heard from in a while, or you would at least expect to hear from, or hear news or someone around this energy. So, and it doesn't mean that day, it can mean a couple of days around it. I always find things can happen before the transit, during, or after the transit as well. So we've definitely got unexpected communication in our thoughts come process coming up this week, and it's definitely definitely a week of surprises, and there can be suspense. I also feel like it's going to be people in frustration. It's going to be about people who need to be together, who belong together, are definitely going to get stronger moving forward. Where we're coming, people who are uneasy about relationships where they are, who maybe have had issues and are undecided, are definitely maybe finding it a bit harder with the transits that are going to be coming up. So it's all about yourself, and where, as I said, follow the signs and feel like where you need to belong and who you need to belong with, who's your tribe. And we've also got on the 24th, we've got Mercury meeting up with the true notes. It's a life lesson. So this can we think about, I always feel like a true note's like a destiny point, and that's what I've been sort of thinking about it the last while. So we're definitely going to be thinking about, our destiny, where we're wanting our future. It could be about lessons that we've learned through our life and where we're heading, and maybe things that are coming up as well. And even thinking back to, I know my mum often always says, if she knew what she knew now, and the other day she'd do different things differently. And the other day I sort of stopped her and I said, well, no, you wouldn't, because you've agreed, as I always feel, this is my personal belief, that we come here at our highest selves. We have our contracts that we need to fulfill. So we've decided before we come here, what lessons we need to learn and how we're going to do that. And we've had soul contracts to meet people who are going to come into our lives to, help us learn good and bad things and evolve as souls. So would you really change it? If you change it, then the experience that you come here on this earth is going to be very different. And the lessons that you would then learn are going to be different again. And we all can't have perfect lives, because that will then make us, life would be boring. We need to have challenges, and we need to have good and bad things. There needs to be an even playing field in our lives too. And every life is different, and everybody has a place. That's the thing I always say. Everybody, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from or what you do, your life and what you do always has a place, because we are all connected. So that's what I always believe. They are all very connected. And it's a time I feel like we're going to, as I said, we might be thinking back about past things, but this full moon in Libra, I feel like it's going to be intense. I feel like it's going to be definitely a calming one. Libra, it is calm, but it's also about justice. So you might be thinking about, injustices in the world, and where you fall in your life, and where you feel like these things can change, and you're going to, rewrite wrongs, or fight for justice, or think about, definitely things in your life. We all want justice, and we all want things to be resolved. But it's definitely about, letting go of things that don't serve you, and wanting that self-love to come in, and just to be, it's okay no matter who you are and what, everyone thinks that they have faults, but it's also about, loving those faults, because again, it's part of who you are. And there's even faults that we all have, that we all learn to overcome them, and we learn to adjust as well. Okay. And then we're also going to have some calls today as well coming up soon too, which is going to be really, really great. And I also feel like this week coming ahead, we've got a caller here now. So we've got Haley, who lives in Trinity, North Carolina in the US of A. So hi, Haley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
And how can I help you today?
Well, what kind of reading could you give?
Okay, so I do psychic, I do medium. Astrology I can't really do on air, just because I need your full details to look at your chart. But I can do mediumship and psychic, so I can look at people who have
I
passed
would love a
over.
mediumship reading.
Mediumship,
My
okay.
brother just recently passed away.
Your brother, did you say? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me see who comes in. So just remember as well, when sometimes we want the people that we really want to come in, sometimes does not come in. We get people who we least expect sometimes. Let me just going to connect to you, and I see who I can. So I'm going to ask if I can get your brother to come in as well.
Okay.
Okay, I do see a person that's passed over. To me, this person doesn't look. He's not an older. He's not like terribly old. This person. He is. I reckon. I feel like. He's quite young looking. I'm not getting an age. I just feel like I'm seeing him wearing jeans, and I see him and he looks very slim to me. So, and his hair it's a light sort of golden color hair, and he's very I feel like he's a very very in-depth person. And I feel like, did he pass some time ago? Because I feel like this what he's showing me. I feel like I'm sort of back in the like park, kind of like a 70s vibe with him.
That wouldn't be my brother, but I don't know who that could be. To be honest with you, what name did you get?
So I tend not, I'm bad with names in the living. So I tend to sometimes I will get names, but often I don't get names. But just the person that I have here, I can see him. It's like he's driving around I just feel like it's in the 70s. I feel like the sort of jeans, the outfit that I'm wearing, it is kind of like a 70s look. And it is, I see it's like a checkered, like kind of like flannelette shirt. But the car that I'm even seeing this person drive, it's like a red car, but it's like a car that was back into the like I feel like I'm just in I don't know names of cars, but it's a car that I feel like would be around the 70s. So it is an older car.
Okay.
And so this might not be a brother, maybe someone else around you, or in your family. I do feel like this person has passed over. He's a very forgiving person. Okay. Okay, how did you pass? There is something with my throat with this person as well. But now I am seeing another man coming in now, and it's like he's shaking hands. So the next person that I do have coming in for you, this person is an older person. So when I say older, I do feel like, again, he's not like 80, he's not terribly old, but he's older than the first man that I have. So I'm going to say he may be in his it's going to be like 60s, maybe 70s, probably even 50s. It's hard to know with ages, but I just know that he's not really old. But he has facial hair, this person, and he doesn't have much hair on top, or it's very shortly cut, but there's not a lot there. But he does. I see facial hair with him. And I do see him more of a plump type. I do feel like this person. I feel like the first one that I had, I feel like they knew each other. So whether this is your brother coming through, whether or not he had a friend that passed over before, because they were shaking hands when the second person came in. And I do feel like that they're together in spirit. So I feel like they are somehow connected. So whether they're friends or there's something there. Now, I do feel like with this man that I have, the older man that I have with me, I do feel like that he was in care. So I do feel like he may be in hospital, because I am seeing him in a like a white gown, a hospital gown, but I'm seeing he's able to walk around, and he is holding a I don't know what they're called. I feel my mind's gone blank. You know when you're in hospital and you have the drip, but you're able to sort of it's on wheels?
Yes.
Yes, I'm seeing that with him. Can you relate to this?
Yes.
Oh, great. And I am seeing that I feel like he was quite stubborn, and I feel like when people tried to help him, he'd be like, "No, no, no." He'd like to do things himself, like in terms of even getting up out of the bed, and he just wanted to be very independent and do things himself. I don't feel like he's not a person, and I'm just thinking I'm like refusing it as well. Um, uh, and I feel like he looked at there's dark marks under his eyes, so I do feel like that. Maybe he didn't look well, or there was just, or there's some, I can just see under his eyes. There's he just looked not well under the eyes there with him too, and he was trying to juggle everything in life. It was like he just tried to take things on himself, and it's like I'm seeing him trying to juggle as well as being on a tightrope. So to me, I feel like he's sort of trying to do multiple things at once, trying to juggle things, and he's definitely trying to, um, if something wouldn't budge, he would definitely try to push through that to make it, go forward as well. Now, he's showing me,
Yes.
I am a lover of food, and they tend to show me what sort of food they like to eat. And with him, I am seeing, I feel like he was look, I am seeing like him eating fish and like pumpkin and potatoes, but to me, the way the meal is cooked, he doesn't really care of it being fancy. It's just, like boiled potatoes I'm seeing with the pumpkin there, and then I'm seeing like fish. So I feel like the food he liked to eat was maybe a bit plain. He wasn't very fussy as long, or maybe as we say here in Australia, meat and three veg. So it's like your meat and then you have your
Okay.
vegetables. I feel like that was something that he would like to have. I do feel like he was married or he had a partner with him as well, and I do feel like that they were in love, and I do feel like that he cherished his partner a lot, and he's the sort of man that really loved his family as well. I am seeing children with him too. I do feel like I'm getting 2 or 3 children. So whether there's two the same, or whether or not there's 2 children that came here and one that maybe didn't make it. There's like 2 or 3 that I am seeing around him. And he's
Okay.
I just feel like he was very, very, very caring. And I feel like possibly there's like even grandchildren coming too. Can you relate to this? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
And because I feel like he's very proud of this. He's proud of his legacy and he's proud of the life that he's led, and he's very proud. The message he's coming through for you is just saying, like, he's saying, don't give up the fight. He's like, when a challenge comes, just face it, on. He's sort of letting me know that there's perhaps money. There could be something to do with money with you as well, like money, maybe money issues, or maybe finances aren't as good as you'd hoped them to be at the moment. Or that could be even with him, in his life when he was here. But he's just saying not to worry, not to give up too. And you're a lady who cares for your family and your children as well. And he's saying you have a heart of gold and you have this big heart and you care for them so very, very much. And he's saying you're trying to guide them on the right path, but he's saying don't worry if they stray off and go around, because he said that ultimately they will all come back and their life will turn out, it will blossom. Your children's life, or the people in your life that you're trying to help to guide them, if they do stray off the path that you're trying to get them to take, he said don't worry, because it will come full circle and their life will blossom up. And he's saying so just relax, let them do what they have to do. He's saying because otherwise there's going to be more conflict that happens, and you don't want that.
Okay.
And he's saying, he's like, there's also a message here about not forgetting that life, there's a lifespan, that life is short, and he lived his life with no regrets, but he also lived with conviction and promise, and he just had like a legacy. Your brother was a very hardworking man, and I see him. I don't know if he worked with wood, but I'm seeing him cut wood. So I don't know if he cut wood a lot, or if that's something he did, or he worked with wood. I also see him driving bigger vehicles as well with him as too.
Okay.
But he's a very, I just feel like he's just this like a teddy bear almost with him. He's just like a teddy bear. I often see him too. I don't know where he lived, but I feel like where I am, there's a lot of big trees around, like tall green trees around me. I think they look like pine. I call them pine trees here. So it's like I just see him driving, and it's like a lot of trees around me too.
Okay.
But he's definitely blowing you a kiss, and he's saying goodbye now. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's gone
Amazing.
now. So I hope that helps. He does. Hang on. He's the first man that comes through. If you can try and like think back, or that somehow that other spirit that was there, he is somehow connected. So if you can maybe try and have a look, because I feel like their family know that he's safe and that he's okay. I just feel like there's something about the I keep thinking 70s. So whether or not he passed in his 70s, there's something with him. But there's something about his
Okay.
if you can just pass on love, if you can remember, if you can place that loved one, that would be great.
Okay.
So I hope I helped you today, and thank you for calling
Yes,
in.
you did. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So now take the next caller that's coming in. So I've got here, it's Melissa from Passmouth, Rhode Island, USA. So hi, Melissa. How are you today?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. So how can I help you?
I was just wondering what you kind of saw. Things have been just crazy in general. So I was just
The sun.
wondering for some insight.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Okay. I do see a lot of worry with you just with prices and where how things are that are going up around where you are. Like um, petrol and just you're just I can just see you and you're worrying about the things around you. It's like a tornado. Like everything's like it's just a crazy place. As well. And I feel like there's a worriness about family too. Okay, let's have a look here with you and see. Look, I do feel like later on in a couple of months, things are going to open up for you a bit more. Life around you, it still won't be, it's not going to be completely peaceful. There's still going to be some craziness, but you're going to see a way out of it. And it's like you're going to be able to can take control of a situation that's around you, where now everything is like, it's a bit, there's frustration, there's fire. I also feel like there's people arguing around you as well, whether it's you arguing with someone or someone around you arguing. I see like there's arguments there. Um, and I feel like this is like a family, it's to do with like a family. So I feel like this in the home, or this family arguing. But there's definitely, you're going to be able to take control and see a way out of this situation too. I also feel like possibly there could be a house move coming up for you in the cards. I also see because I can see a for sale sign. So I feel like there could be some sort of house move for you too. I also see you doing renovations, whether this be the current house you're living in or this one that you go to. So I am seeing you like doing some painting and adjustments to the house. And I kind of feel like you want more. You're more out of life. You want laughter again. You want things to be more fun. You want things to be like a bit more carefree. And I'm also seeing a road trip with you too, like I feel like we call it caravans here. So, but I think over there you call it, I think it's called an RV over there in America, where you have
Mhm.
those cars that, yeah. So I'm seeing like some sort of like a road trip going on, and you have one of those um, RV or caravans, as I call it here in Australia, and there's going to be you and um, feel like perhaps you and a couple other people that go. You're not going to be by yourself. You are going to be with others that go on this road trip, and there will be like I feel like camping, like camping, like marshmallows as well. Um, yeah, I just feel like middle of the year things have kind of calmed down. I also feel like there's someone around you who's in the services, so like the Army, Navy, or Air Force. Can you say can you relate to that? Or it's okay if you can't.
Yes,
Oh, good.
I can.
So I feel like okay. So I feel like there's a bit of worriness about with him. He's gonna follow his heart, and he's gonna follow his dreams. I do feel like he may be going on he may have a assignment to do, or I do feel like something could be coming up where he may have to go on assignment. But I want to say that I feel like he'll be okay. And as much as you're going to worry, I do feel like he'll be okay. He's a stubborn person, but he has a heart of gold, and he's very proud, and he's proud to serve his country and his nation. And I want to say, just try to relax, because I feel like you might get a little bit anxious and anxiety, but just try and relax. I also see more money coming in for you as well. And I feel like that might be coming in July, where finances is going to be a bit more better for you, where they can be a bit more relaxed. But I feel like you're going to be tightening the budget, tightening the purse strings, and trying to save more money up for you. But I do see July, you're able to, relax a little bit more from the hard work and the planning that you're putting into now as well. And I feel like you're worried about time, or there's no time, or lacking time. And again, I feel like this is to do with this money. But I want to say you're getting yourself in you just need to kind of relax, and it's like we need to take a step back and let things lie. and just, readjust as well. I don't know if this is you or someone around you, but I also feel like there's someone around you who's a smoker who needs to maybe look at that and perhaps maybe stop smoking or looking at changing. I just feel like there's a few breathing issues like shortness of breath there with them. It's just standing out to me in the card. But when I was saying about before, there's frustrations or arguments, this was the third card that actually came out. And that lets me know that, or confirmation that there is some sort of frustration or arguments coming up around you. And there's definitely a change. I just feel like, you feel a bit deflated. Just just try and relax. The road trip that I'm seeing for you could happen in September. That's when I feel like that may happen for you. You'll be going out of, so I'm not too sure where Rhode Island is. My geography skills aren't that great, especially when I'm looking at overseas. But I do see it. I did get
on
September.
The East Coast.
Okay, is that sunny? I'm actually seeing you drive on a long bridge. Okay, East Coast. Okay. When you say East Coast, it doesn't help me.
East Coast, I actually live on an island, so the only way to get off are bridges.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, New York. Okay, better New York City. Okay, New York City. Okay, yes. So, because I see you on this long bridge. Okay, that's coming up. So, I hope you can relate to that, and I'll leave it there for today. But I hope that I've helped you.
You gave me a little bit of insight and hope. Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay. But thank you for calling in.
Thanks.
Okay. So guys, so this is we've got Easter coming up. I'm actually on Good Friday for me. So it's actually I've started my long weekend already over here in Australia. And, I feel like Easter is, it is a time where some people think it's for chocolate, but it's also a time of renewal. And I feel like it's after the craziness that we've had this year so far, even though we're only in 4 months of the year, it's going to be a time to reflect and definitely look to where we're going to for the rest of the year. So definitely use these I get 4 days off here in Australia to regenerate and to have fun and do things that, makes you happy. Next week, I'm going to be filming from the MBS in Brisbane. So if you are in Brisbane, come and say hi. I will be reading with a mentor of mine, so Linda Uslop. So our store will be A08, and it'll be reading to Danielle and Linda. So if you are in Brisbane, come and say hi. And don't forget, if you want to contact me, you can via my website, Lady D Psychic Parties, or my Facebook page, Lady D Psychic Parties. You can catch me on TikTok and Instagram on Lady DS Psychic, and my YouTube channel, which is Lady D, but you might find me if you put in Danielle Psychic. So I hope you all have a wonderful Easter and fabulous. Eat a lot of chocolate, sweets, have fun. Celebrate with your friends and family. I'm going to the Easter show, which is here in Sydney, and I'll see you next week. For we will do it again. So bye for now.